spanking after Trump announces his next move. After the setback of the failed skinny repeal, Republican efforts to rid the American people of the burden that is Obamacare came to a devastating halt. Clearly opposing President Donald Trump's agenda, the backstabbing members of Congress just received a public spanking by our Commander-in-Chief after he announced his next move. From the very beginning, President Donald Trump has promised to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act, otherwise known as Obamacare. However, after the most recent vote resulted in complete and total failure, it seems Trump's patience is growing thin. In fact, he decided that some tough love would be the best route to take to put our do-nothing Congress on the spot, and he posted one overdue threat on his Twitter page, detailing his next move. After 7 years of talking repeal and replace, the people of our great country are still being forced to live with imploding Obamacare. Trump tweeted, according to Newsmax. If a new health care bill is not approved quickly, bailouts for insurance companies and bailouts for members of Congress will end very soon. His efforts were an attempt to urge Senate Republicans not to be total quitters and to continue pushing for another vote to repeal and replace Obamacare. He simply thought that if he threatened something that they don't want to lose, then perhaps they would be more interested in actually making a change for the best interest of the American people, now that their own interests are being threatened. The bailouts for Congress refer to a policy implemented by the Office of Personnel Management under the Obama administration that allowed employer contributions to flow to the D.C. Insurance Exchange to help pay for member and staff benefits, according to BizPac Review. Considering that it isn't a secret that members of both parties have never lived under the same rules as the rest of the country, perhaps the threat will actually help them see the big picture. In fact, Fox News chief national correspondent Ed Henry discussed Trump's threat and made an eye-opening statement about the issue. "This is ridiculous, and this is what Congress does on a whole bunch of laws," Henry said. "What they were saying is, we want a little special carve-out." Clearly, if Congress doesn't have to abide by the same laws as the American people, essentially, there is nothing that is forcing them to truly care about the results and consequences of the job they do. Although it may seem harsh, Trump's statement is probably the only thing that could possibly encourage them to come to an agreement, considering their bailouts are being threatened. Personally, it has never made sense to me that these politicians think it's their right to exclude themselves from the laws they enact on the rest of us. If they don't think these particular laws are fit for them and their families, then why should it be good enough for the American people? Thank goodness we have a president like Trump who isn't afraid to push for the people, because we all know that Obama never did, and that's why we're in this Obamacare mess in the first place. Thank you for watching. What do you think about this?